Hey y'all, so that post I did earlier about Kwanzaa Day 2 got me thinking about, again, what's in a name, right? So when you look up the name Toya, that's what comes up. And I can't explain how much that bothered me. Like, bothered me. And I think it bothered me so much because like, as a culture, you know, my people, we are creative with names. So where does that show up? Like, it's a derivative of Victoria. I'm still, that throws me. So, I told you that there was actually a person named Toya that comes from the homie, the Amazon warriors that were depicted in the movie The Woman King. Toya. And you'll see it says also known as, and then also known as Victoria, because the colonizers, they couldn't understand Toya, so they changed it to Victoria, but that's on them. And I told you she's the woman who taught Desailly all of his fighting maneuvers. So she was extremely instrumental in helping with the freedom, the resistance and the freedom of Haiti, which is freaking awesome. And I'm like, yeah, that's the origin of my name. That's one. The other origin of Toya, which is the one I've known about the name for about 10 years or so. And I'm sure I've heard it before, but I just didn't put it together. So Queen Tuya, which I'm like, that's just an accent change. So she was Queen of Egypt. Let me do this. You might be familiar with her face. So let me put myself over here so you can see her face. There we are. So you might be familiar with her face. She was Queen of Egypt when Seti the First was Pharaoh. She was his primary queen, and she had children, of which Ramesses II was one of her children. What's ironic about this is I have my own Ramesses in my life, story within a story. So meet Ramesses. I bought him. He's been in our lives for almost 6 years. He's almost six. We bought him when he was just a few months old, and I thought he was a girl. So I was going to name him Isis because the goddess Isis. That was just, I don't know, it was a childhood thing of mine. So I was like, oh, I have a doggy, a little puppy, and she's so cute. Let's name her Isis. Her name is Isis. And then when we were checking out, about to leave, he was, as you could see, big ball of fur. So I couldn't really see whether he was a boy or girl. And I was like, is this a boy or girl? He was just a bundle of energy. Bundle of fur, bundle of energy. And I said, is this a boy or a girl? And they checked and they were like, oh no, it's a boy. So I was like, oh, well then I can't name him after the goddess Isis. I'm going to name him Ramesses. I was thinking Ramesses the Great, but still. Another picture of Ramesses just for cuteness with my cousin Cheryl. He's so cute. Back to the story. So Queen Tuya had her son Ramesses II. I mean, she had many children, but Ramesses II is one of the more famous children of hers. Another child that she found in the river in a basket made of reeds, floating on by. And she was like, oh my gosh, look at this little baby. I'm so cute. I'm going to take him and raise him like he's my own. And his name is Moses. So I just find it so interesting. Hold on, let me see. I have more pictures of her. Queen Tuya again. I find it interesting that most people know her story, but really don't know her name. Like, if you are going to write that my name Toya is a derivative of Victoria, I think a closer version would be my name Toya is a derivative of Tuya. Tuya, Toya. If you saw the Disney movie Prince of Egypt, this was Queen Tuya, which I think is kind of dope. I was like, oh, on my good day, I think you know, I can see a resemblance. So when you Google the origins of the name Toya, those two people should come out like immediately. Like those should be your origins for the name Toya. And it infuriates me that they don't. Tante Toya, how on earth does this not come up? Instead, Victoria comes up, or Japanese surname. Tante Toya? Like, come on now, warrior princess. Well, she wasn't a princess, but still, warrior Toya is everything. Queen Tuya is everything. For me, I think about imagine if this was what I knew from the beginning. Like, oh no, your name is Toya. Just like I knew my middle name, Flora, was for my grandmother. What if I knew that my first name, Toya, came from a warrior who was instrumental in the revolution of Haiti and the liberation of Haiti? And my first name, Toya, comes from Queen Tuya, who was the mother of Ramesses and Moses. Imagine that. Like, what does that do to your self esteem? I'm here for it. And from now on, anybody ever asks me, what is the origin of your name? That's what I'm going with. I'm going with Queen Tuya and Tante Toya, who was instrumental in the Haitian liberation. All right. Bye, guys. What's in the name? What's in your name? That's what I'm wondering now. What's in your name? Especially on this day where we are supposed to name ourselves.